I personally picked this triple play because I know Marissa is scared of flying both in real life and in video games. The first game is Sky Gamblers Cold War. Now, you and I, we've played a Sky Gamblers game before, and I seem to recall that you enjoyed that one despite your irrational fear of fake flying in video games.
I did, but is this game made by the same people? Because it doesn't feel that way.
It certainly doesn't, yeah. It has the Sky Gamblers name.
I don't remember feeling this nauseated with any flight simulation game that we played. So I can't play this game. I'm never going to pick this game up again. My God.
It just feels bad. Like you, I had some nausea problems.
With our machine fire, it's like it doesn't even do any damage. There's no satisfaction there at all. So what was the point of me using it? It only left me feeling sick. I need to take a gravel. I don't want to even talk about this game anymore. Shaun, what are you scoring Sky Gamblers Cold War?
It's getting a cold 2.
It's getting a cold 2 for me too. The next game taking us fancy flying is not just taking us fancy flying, we're doing some fancy time traveling as well. It's called Amaura.
It's got this weird past-future thing happening where everything looks World War II, but then at the same time, there are these crazy lasers, these alien-type bosses and structures, and some really interesting bullet hell dynamics going on in here, and everything is rendered in 3D.
If you're not creating combos or collecting power-ups, you will fail each stage. I found that it was really difficult to make it through the stage with a certain amount of time. This is a different universe that we're taken into here, which is really cool. I just kind of wish that it looked a lot better.
We should mention that this is a console game. It's available on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network, and also on the PC. So we are getting a ported experience here. That said, it doesn't really feel like it's ported.
It's a 7 from me.
I'm giving it a 9. Rounding out this fancy flying triple play is R.Type. Now, this is a game that we talked about very recently on the show because it is my favorite, hardest game ever. We talked about the Xbox Live Arcade version in R.Type Dimensions, but today we're talking about R.Type for the iOS. This is a universal app. You could play it on your iPhone. You'd also play it on your iPad, which is what I did. And of course, because it's a port, we are missing a few things that are very important to a shoot-'em-up kind of game, like really precise controls here. I felt like the controls were lacking.
And you really need precise controls with this game. Also, I just want to mention that because I played with the Infinity Lives that I played with the Hardest Game Challenge, I tried to implement that here as well, but it was never as satisfying jumping into it because it always felt like I had to wait a little while until it said ready. Whereas before with the Xbox Live Arcade version, I would die but then jump right back into it, into the same spot. But with this one, I had to actually go back to a checkpoint, and I would fail in the same spot that I kept failing in just because I didn't have that momentum.
Marissa, what are you giving this port of R.Type?
Port is not as good as its older brother. It's getting a 5 from me.
I'm giving it a 7.